Welcome to this episode of Diaspora Scholars TV, where we bring you stories about the journeys of students and scholars and professionals who've left their motherland, particularly from Africa, to come to the United States to study, pursue their careers, and also to be able to help themselves, their families, the countries they come from, and the countries they live in. This is an initiative of the Kenya Scientists in Diaspora right here in the United States. So today I'm in deep rural Ohio at Central State University to meet one brilliant scholar, and that is Nicodemus Modi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doctor.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again.
I mean, it's an interesting day because earlier on I was talking to you and, whoever referred me to you, it's very clear that, I mean, you are a smart guy. I mean, you already have a degree,
Yes.
a bachelor's degree
Yes, sir.
in public administration.
Yes, sir.
But then you are doing another bachelor's degree
Yes.
in
political science.
political science.
Yes.
What do you want to be? I mean,
Just to give, don't mind the politics. We like giving backstories before we answer the questions directly.
yeah.
Because also the senators were doing it. You ask them, so what do you want? What's the problem with guns? So apparently, and then they go back and forth. But anyways,
Yeah,
to answer
go
the
ahead.
question, to answer the question,
Yeah.
we want to be active in politics. We want to do what my mom did. Most of my decisions are based on one person,
Your mother.
my mother. The best way I can honor her and represent her in the perfect is replicate the good values she put in us. So we want to work with government, be in government, and become government.
You want to bring the values that were instilled to you by your mother
Yes.
in government. You've already studied public administration.
Yes.
You are now studying political science.
Yes. So
What else do you want to study?
we want to do an MPP, like public policy, which helps you understand.
Master in public policy.
Yes, sir. And the law. So I don't want to be a person that comes in and you don't know what you want to do. You just want to aspire. But how are you going to aspire? If I want to put policies, I should know the procedures they go through. But I should be also able to know that these policies can pass in government.
So that's why you are studying both the political,
Yes.
arm of government, the executive arm of government.
Exactly.
So it's not only about coming up with a policy, but also about how to execute.
Yes. Execute the policies.
While espousing the values that matter to a human being.
Because I know, Doctor, you hosted me, but I'm a flip it a bit. So allow me flip it.
Okay.
If I'm standing as a president, and we are African men, we're traditional men,
Yeah.
we're raised by traditional people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then I'm going to stand for president, and I'll be like, I'll do A, B, C, D, F, G, maybe allow more Africans into the country that are qualified and not take them as migrants so that they can build the communities in here or show the Americans within a different perspective and change the narrative and bias they have about Africa. It's not everybody from Africa that is a monkey. Or it's not everybody that is backward. They
True.
think we still walking
None is
bushes.
backward. Nobody is backward.
Exactly. They still would think maybe, oh, we didn't know this is in Africa. And you're like,
That's an interesting point because I interviewed somebody and somebody asked me, just like the way you are saying, you'll flip it. Somebody asked me, have you ever met any African student in any university in the US who failed their studies? And it just dawned on me that there's none.
because we come in with a mentality. I have discussions with my people back home, like my friends. They're like, oh, you're in the US, so the education is sweet, the education is this. And no disrespect to Central, but I tell them this. I sit in class, and they ask me questions that I studied in my Form 5 and Form 6 in Uganda. I'm answering Napoleon Bonaparte of 1769, and I'm talking about it today.
Wow.
But I'm talking about class.
You went to high school in Uganda?
Yes. I'm talking about school things I studied in 2014 and
Napoleon
2013.
Bonaparte was a French leader, right?
Yes, he came in through the ranks after the French Revolution. He took over from the dictatorial government that was interim, and he took over France till 1830. Now I'm talking about this off book.
Wow.
I'm not looking at no script.
Wow.
I'm not looking
You
at
are not
you have
looking
a
from
paper. Exactly. I'm talking
internet.
about overhead.
You are not using AI, no.
There was a question last semester because we took history. It's compulsory for everyone. We took history, and then they asked us, what did Vasco da Gama do? And I answered exactly what we were taught. I didn't study it in the book. I was relying on information that we had in 2014.
Wow.
But he was looking for the shortest route to India, but fell on the coast, which is Mombasa. Because till tomorrow, at least, there's for Jesus that is evident.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The Kenyan
But
coast.
guess what? That's the African education. It has, every place has its pros and cons.
Yeah, yeah.
But how many times are we going to uplift Africa and give it its due where it's due? Because we always downplay it.
You are seeking to change that.
Exactly. We actually not seeking, we do it in class.
Oh, you do it in class.
I share a class with Professor Eunice. She knows the back and forth we go, and I come in bare knuckle. I don't care. Once it comes to culture and values,
Hard truths.
I will come in and stand in, and I won't blatantly say because, oh, I'm in the US. I'm like, I'm in the US, but I came in with values. You stand on your values, I stand on mine. But it does not mean we can't have a liberal conversation where the two of us are seated and we talk. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna change. No, we have to find middle grounds.
Yeah,
You stand for something, I stand for something, but what's the goal when we're in government?
that's true. So after you do your, master's in public policy and law, I see you are trying to gather enough, academic wherewithal to be able to tackle and solve problems. And I keep remembering, with the values that were instilled in you by your mother.
Yes.
What else can you tell another young man like you? Which are these values you keep talking about that were instilled in you by your mother?
One, still remain a gentleman, no matter what, even when pushed. We face challenges where it wants to strike your patience enough. But always keep a cool head, because in the end, I have this notion of, if you say something I disagree with, I will not frankly tell you, because you're now trying to get me out of my comfort zone. When you get me out of my comfort zone, I may lose the context. Always keep your composure. There's no harm in listening. Someone may be talking from a point of ignorance. So if they're not willing to understand and learn, then they don't want to learn.
So you let them be at that time.
You have to understand, if you want to grow, even you as a doctor or with a doctorate, if you want to grow, you always have to learn.
Definitely.
And you're willing to unlearn what you learned that was wrong, so that you replace it with what is right.
Yeah.
If you don't have that in your mind, you're not going to go anywhere far.
You must be open-minded.
Exactly. Very open-minded. But also, she raised me on Christian values.
Oh, Christian values.
So no, we go by the Bible and apply it in our daily lives. And these are very practical things. It's not a far-fetched narrative. It's not a far-fetched narrative. Respect your elders. Respect your peers. I saw my mom call people mother, and I was fully aware that she's older than them. But because they were in places of power, she gave them the respect that had to teach us. I work with my professors and I open the doors for them when we go for all these conferences. I stay behind them because one, I asked her to protect. It's a natural thing. I don't allow a lady walk on the side that is harmful. I be there on the protective side. But I didn't learn this from heaven. I was taught. And she made us see that.
Wow. I can listen to you the whole day. There's a lot in you that for sure is of beneficial not only to Africa, but actually to the, to the emerging world in general. In these times when values, when even Christian values are being given a backseat,
Yes.
You are trying to espouse them in a way that is very accommodating,
Yes.
in a way that is problem solving, and in a way that I keep saying that is futuristic.
Yeah.
What else could you ever need to succeed? If there's somebody who has been watching your story, what can you tell them? Like, for example, right on that camera, what else can you say, like, this can open doors for me?
One, no man is an island, so we need each other. It doesn't matter where you are. It may not be me that needs to succeed. It may be them. I may be the one that has the ideas, but someone else could have helped me execute them. We may just be opening the doors. So I want one thing, all African, black, no matter young people, we have to get involved. Let's stop pointing fingers and actually get in. There's power in multitudes. There is power in many than one. I could try and move mountains, but I can't move it alone. We need all the help we can get. Whether someone that has better ideologies than us that can come on the table and sit on the diaspora platform, let's discuss.
Let's discuss.
Have narratives.
Let's get involved.
Yes. The best we can do is get involved. We are not going to change nothing if we sit back or get intimidated and feel like, oh no, that ain't important. Everything is important in life. But how do we make it hard? How do we make people know that, okay, this is the problem. This is how we're going to tackle it.
You're watching Diaspora Scholars TV. Nicodemus Modi is a student at Central State University in Ohio. You can reach him through this channel. My name is Dr. Fidelis Dobera. My friends call me Daktari. Tune in for the final part. Thank you, Nicodemus.
Thank you too, Doctor.